Welcome back to the DJ Sessions presents the virtual sessions where we feature the best DJs, producers, and live musicians from around the world. I'm your host, Darren, and right now I'm sitting in the virtual studios in Seattle, Washington, and coming in halfway around the world, all the way from Mannheim, Germany, we have Ray Okpara. How's it going today, Ray?
Hey, man, how's it going? I'm fine. How are you over in Seattle?
Good. You know, it's a typical day over here in Seattle. Overcast, could be sunny later, could be rainy later. Don't know.
Okay.
But you know, we're in the studio and getting to talk to you, which is awesome. You know, I was looking over some of your stuff before the interview, and one of the things that I noticed is you're not only just the DJ, you're also a live musician as well. And I noticed you're in your studio. You have a number of different instruments you play. You're like working on stuff all the time. What's that like combining the two different aspects of live music production and also DJing? Is there a fine line between the two, or which one do you, I guess?
It's a huge thing, because if you talk to somebody who plays only an instrument and you show them, hey, look, when we're playing like the studio instrument, playing plugins and playing to arranging and everything, so they were like, okay, but it's not the same, and it is not the same. But how should I say? It's if you know all the tools, you need to know all the tools in the studio. You need to know how you hold the guitar, how you work with the music. But the instrument itself, I would say, is you are the instrument. You know, with in the studio, you can have so many failures. You can recorrect. You can push the timing. You have so much more options to like recorrect if you can't play the instrument so good. But if you play live and if you play in a band or in a group, or so, it's definitely a different thing, because you have to watch the others. Sometimes it goes good, something make mistakes which they sound good, something make mistakes it sounds really awful. And for me, I haven't been playing so much as a band member. I have been working myself through the guitar, through the piano, alone, and with some courses, and just getting to know it better. And since like I started with guitar just 10 years ago, and in the beginning it was a little bit a slower approach, just to get used to it. You need some time. I was 30, you know, or even older, 33. I'm 43 right now. So and doing the whole time being in the studio producing music, or more intuitive producing music, I got to a point where I was like, you know, I need to do something. I want to really play an instrument somehow. I want to try to, at least. And how should I say? It's you. Like I said, you are the instrument, and you get to know the creative process of making music is much more easier right now for me, because of course, the musical taste, it's always it's always differential. Somebody says cool music, this, but in my way of feeling it, if I produce, I can make more melodic stuff much easier, because I know in which scale I am. I can know which scale I can add to it. I know which is the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the different chords, the different kind of chord progressions. That's all I got to know in last years. Before, I was just doing intuitive music many years before. So it's a fusion between going from the studio and then getting a live instrument and trying to combine everything. And I'm working on this. I'm playing almost every day guitar, but you know, as a 43-year-old man, and if you compare to if I would have done it with 13 or with 12, it's like learning a language in a younger time period. When you were much younger, it's different than you learn it older. But of course, I'm very passionate, and I'm consequent, and it's getting better. And yes, it's getting better.
Awesome.
It's just getting better.
And you know, I was looking over your Instagram, and there was a photo of you sitting in the studio, like a nice fisheye lens of you sitting in the studio, and you're surrounded by all these instruments. Is that your home studio that you're working out of right now?
That's my home studio. That's actually right hear everything.
Oh, okay.
It looks messed up, but that's how it is, you know. But
Hey,
that's home studio.
it's where the magic happens, and you know, people do see the end results of that, or I should say hear the end results of that. They're not necessarily seeing the
Yeah,
studio,
of
the
course.
creation process of
Yeah.
what happens. Now, you had some other instruments there. It isn't just the guitar that you play. I saw a keyboard, I saw some drums in the background, a
Keyboard,
xylophone.
genau, xylophone, drums.
Yeah.
I played the keys, but the thing is, you have to stop myself. Everybody think he's multi-instrument. No, look, I'm playing this since 10 years. Yeah, at the beginning was really slower approach. I was living in Berlin that time, and I was touring. I didn't have so much time to practice. But I would say the last 5 years, or 4 or 5 years, I've been practicing much more. And I have a friend who I always, or a couple of friends, where we jam, you know. And then through jamming, you get to also know timing better, or when to play more, or just you have to be more versatile than just to play a C chord in the C. You have to just, you know, you have different. You have to be more creative in a way, and before being creative, you have to know where the chords are, and you have to know where the sounds or the different tones are which you want to hit, you know. So right now it's I can say I'm playing guitar as good as I've never played in my life guitar right now. I'm in a good stage of playing. I'm happy with my progress, let's say, and it's a never-ending story. It will not stop.
Yeah. And I think, you know, a musical journey or a musical instrument like that, you're right, you're always could be learning something new, or doing something new, or making something new with it. You know, that's just music creation in general. Before you started getting into the musical instrument phase of your life, were you more of a hardware or software kind of guy in the studio?
I'm because a lot of people say, oh yeah, more analog, more this, more plugins, get external plugin. I say take whatever is there and make good music. You know, I know so many DJs who are just sampling, and it sounds super dope. It's dope. You know, you have to know what you sample. You know how to tune it. You know how to. There's so much other stuff also going on. Make a good compression. You make to use at all as a vocal or a chord which you sampled to make it sound good, or make it sound in a way created that it sounds like your style. You know, so it's I say use whatever. I have some drum computers. I have I'm gonna buy a new synthesizer. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna buy right now, but I saw one from Moog where you can like also modulate like a small modular system. I'm not really that's just an idea right now what I'm probably get. But I have the Yomox drum computer. I have a Moog miniature. I have the old 303 bass. There's a lot of stuff which I have, but it goes with the flow. You just turn it on, see what could I need, what is necessary, or what do I think is necessary, and then I just start, and I sample, and I don't, and I sample from another track. I take that clap's cool, that snare's cool, I don't care. I take it, put it into, and remodulate a little bit. So for me, it's like, don't give a. Just make good music. Just make good music. Doesn't matter how it sounds, how it is. Because some also, I have some tracks which I play. They sound so horrible. Not horrible. You can hear the scratch, but it's all meant. You know, it's all on purpose. So it's like an analog feeling, but you know, you can tell it's made by the on the computer, and still it sounds so dope. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't care. For myself and also from listening, it just has to sound cool.
And do you experiment using MIDI at all, to use, like when you're using some of your hardware to trigger certain things, or have you looked into using MIDI?
Of course, I also sometimes I use while my computer is on. I use the sound the sound of the 303, or I use my drum computer and just use it over MIDI, and it's playing the sounds from the computer, and the mix down goes through the summing mixer, which I also have here. But sometimes it's easier for me to just sample also from the drum computer. or sample a sound which I need from the 303, bam bam, and I sample it, take some old samples which I have, combine it, make some new stuff, take my kind of groove or my sounds, you know, and then you have your signature on that, but you have some new fresh sounds coming out from the computer, or from the drum computer, or from wherever you have any analog
Yeah.
instruments.
And what would you say would be the key driving force behind your inspiration to make your music?
The key, making people dance to my music. I think dance, if it's danceable and it has a highlight, and then somehow you're like, hey, the people are dancing, cool, yeah, that's good. But it's also a way, if you it's, how should I say, it's a way, or like how you say it, to also to express, maybe you're feeling, I have to say, I made the best music most of the time when I was feeling more sad. Yeah, I had some problems with some person or some family, something, and I was okay. Let me go to the studio, and something good happened. That's what I also noticed, and that's what I think a lot of musicians say as well. If you're in a like a down mode or something, then something somehow it works out for making good, for making music which works for you good, you know.
And it sounds like you kind of already answered my next question, but the next question would be is, you know, if you could play a party where only 20 people showed up for, and you were playing your set, would you consider that a successful show? Or would you kind of be a little let down that only 20 people showed up? Or would it be okay because 20 people showed up and they were still dancing to your music?
It depends on the location. If I'm in a hall where 2,000 people fits in, and I have 20 people in there, the mood is going to be, really doesn't matter how good I play, doesn't matter what I play, it's going to be echoing, it's going to be diverse, it's going to sound horrible because the place is not full, and the sound is not going to be swallowed by the people, and make it more a damping effect, which makes it just more to a club. But if I am in a place where, if you have 50 people on a dance floor, it's going to be almost packed dance floor. You have 20 people on the dance floor, it's going to be done. You don't care. You are with the crowd, in the crowd. You're with the crowd. I had parties with 20 people, and we went for 6-7 hours, you know, and those were the last people though, but we just kept on going. Or some house parties, you have like 10 people, and then you just go. It's about the location. Then if you have less crowd or so, it doesn't mean that it's going to be great if you have 2,000 people in a real hall, in a huge hall where you fit 5,000 people, and the vibe is not really going over. I anyway like to play in smaller locations where I have where I'm more with the crowd, and yes, the big shows. Okay, big shows can be good. I haven't been having so many big shows in the last couple of years because, not because I don't know, but I'm not missing it. It's not like, I need some big shows. If I have a small show with 100 people somewhere in Mexico, somewhere underground, something, and the people are going crazy, this is the party, man.
I definitely see and hear about a lot of those shows. Speaking of DJing shows, you recently, I see you kind of like DJing on boats.
I like it. I do.
Yeah, I was catching one of your mixes, one of your sets, and looked like it was a very fun party that started out on a boat in Germany.
Yes.
Where did that take place? Tell us a little bit about that experience.
I think we have those. I guess it's the boiler room set. Yes, it's this was for Mobile Records, 2016, I guess. I'm not really sure. Or 15, 16, something like that. I think, no, it has to be 15, I think. 15, I'm not sure, 15, 16. And this was the showcase from Mobile, and we had a boat in Berlin, and it was an amazing party. I don't know if I remember, because I said, I said something about the police.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we were riding on the Spree, you know, and then the party went on and everybody was getting in a good mood. And then the police came and wanted to cancel or like bust the party. And we were like, hey guys, everything is, we're allowed to do this. We're not too loud. Everything is okay. There was no pandemic, you know, like, hey, you're too close to people or you're not allowed or whatever. This was all not happening. So they let us be. And I was I was a little bit drunk, and I just said yeah, and I didn't say so many good comments to the police, but it was just short. And but it was a good party. It was a good party. Who played that? I think Anja Schneider played at that night. Who played? I think Igor Vicente. I'm not really sure who else played, but those were good. That was a good time. It
looked like a good time. It was a phenomenal set.
Thanks.
Have you ever played in a glass box truck, a moving glass box truck before though?
Truck?
Yes.
Like a no.
we have our DJ Sessions mobile studio, which is basically a big glass box on the back of a truck with a concert grade sound system that we literally in our city, Seattle, we get the police dancing in the streets with us. You know, we drive by them and they have a lot of fun. So, you know, I saw you were on a boat. Maybe we'll have to get you over to the States and get you in the back of our mobile studio, our glass box studio. And
I would be more than happy.
Some people call it the DJ Pope Mobile because it's a big glass box on the back of the truck. It's pretty awesome.
That's how I imaged. I had the images like of not but the Pope, but now when you say Pope Boom, it made sense. It was like, yeah, it looks the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, are you currently practicing or getting ready for things to start back up as in for your DJ sets, for your DJ shows? And if so, is there one track that stands out to you right now that you just gotta drop on the dance floor when you get back out there?
To be very honest, no, not at all. But I have a lot of tracks which I always play. I never play only new tracks. I play everything. I play old, I play new, I play unreleased. So it can be any track. I can tell you a track which I really like, but let me go into my folder. But to say I have this one right now, no, right now there's actually not. I'm right. Oh, I just got back into my metro area collection. So I'm listening to a lot of metro area.
Metro area.
Metro area. You know metro area?
I don't know metro area off the top of my head, unfortunately.
No. You don't know metro area?
You have to send me something over. You have to send me something over.
Oh my God. Okay,
we'll get on this.
But yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit older and but yeah. Metro area, guys, listen to metro area. It's a little bit minimal. It's like disco, minimal, house, deep, and it's really it's dope. It's dope.
I like that. And in regards to music and songs, Alma Recordings. I was doing my research, and you have Alma. I pronounced that correctly. Alma Recordings, correct?
Alma Recordings, yeah.
Alma Recordings. And can you explain what Alma means to you in your own words?
Alma means to be just like correct is the short way of my second name. My name is marvelousl, and it means the first. No, your name will never get lost. Okpara means the first son in the family. So your name will never get lost. The first son of the family. These are the Nigerian marvelousl and Okpara, and marvelousl. I took the short of that. You know, Ama. If you want to say Ama, everybody knows marvelousl or marvelousl. And for me, it's a platform. This is like the real meaning, you know. But for me, it's a platform of to show what music I play myself, because it's also the stuff you release is also like a mirror to your sets somehow, and it's with a mirror of the music you like. It's not like I release something and I can't ever be able to play it. That's not that I can do, but it's like maybe the remix is a drum bass remix which I had on a release, and maybe it doesn't fit into my set, but I can still release it. But somehow it's a reflection of my musical taste, and it's a reflection of my music which I use in my sets, because I also, as I play, as a DJ, I always try to also support my label because it's my baby. So I can play some tracks from my label as well. So yeah, I can send you some music as well if you need to, if you want some new or some, like, if you're missing out some numbers, I can send you all the music.
Absolutely. I'd love to get some tracks from you. That'd be awesome. We were talking a little bit before the show and, you know, how things are a little bit locked down in Germany. You're not allowed to do events and such. But have you looked at doing anything in the live streaming, or are you doing anything live streaming?
No
live streaming?
This is the first live. This right now is the first live stream have been doing in the whole pandemic.
Wow.
Because first of all, if I look at other live streams, yeah, it doesn't matter where they are. You know, you can listen to a live stream somewhere on the pools, in the mountains. It looks nice. It's cool somehow. But for me, DJing is in a club with a crowd and or in a bar but somehow with public with social interaction with people. And for me, and I have to also say there was some good friends, and the guy, he knows, if he sees this now, he knows what I'm talking about. He asked me 2 times, and I was at the last time I said, okay, I'm gonna do it, you know, but it didn't happen because of some date of his. But the thing is, I always said no. I said to so many people no because, okay, it's not like I'm telling to 20 live shows. I had a list of live shows. It wasn't like that, of course, not as well. But there was significant, because if you do one live show, you get another live show, and then you get people that, Ray's doing live shows, you know. But I didn't feel it, to be just honest. I don't feel it, and I said to myself, "You're not going to do it," and I didn't want to do it. You know, if it's kind of you have a DJ set, you have a DJ booth, and you have some people which you can interact with, and you have like a small party going on, which you're going to be filmed. But during pandemic, nobody was like, afraid, everybody's afraid, you know, don't go too close to me. So that's why I said to myself, I need this, I need closeness, I need that, and it would affect my DJ set. And for me, it was more of saying no and waiting, because it's also cool, because people are asking what happened to Ray. I really got literally this question. Ray's gone. Ray's somewhere in the underground. Ray, nobody knows what he's doing. He's not posting so much. He's like gone, and that's also cool. So it has some changes, but it's always going to be there. But no buts. It's
12 years ago when we started doing our live streaming show, it was a lot of the DJs would come into the studio with us, and they wouldn't know what to do because they weren't performing in their bedroom anymore. They were performing for a live audience, but they couldn't see or hear or feel the live audience. So it was hard for them because they're thinking, if it's one thing to play in the bedroom, you can screw up, you can train wreck, you can do what you want to do because nobody's watching you. But when you're in a studio and you don't know, you're not vibing off the audience and that feeling of what you're talking about, that live participation, it was hard for them. So you would catch me, and you can go back and actually see this. 12 years ago, I used to position myself right next to the DJ, and I would dance for 4 hours. And I would be their kind of litmus test or how it was going, that they could at least see somebody next to them dancing in the studio. They could kind of pick up on, and I could get into the music with them while they were DJing. And over time, they realized, oh, I get it. I just get to play what I want to play. And if it feels good to me, and this is what I tell them, make it good for you, and that'll come across on camera. And people out there will feel it, and you'll get that praise in the chat room with people saying, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. I am dancing in my living room. I am having the greatest time. And that would start to open up. It was a very interesting transition to get people, because most of the time people were like on a radio show. You didn't have the video component of watching a DJ play online.
That's also the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. If I have without the just a set or something live, I'm playing. I played also for Ibiza Radio, Sonica Radio, and Ibiza. I don't know all the labels, all of the radio stations I played for. But the thing is, what I want to say, you play then without the video, you know, and then it's different. People listen to you in the car. Hey, Ray Okpara's playing. It's a different mode. It's a different vibe. You know, it's different. You know. Then you see somebody playing and there's nobody there. I have no. And then it's a different vibe. So that's why also I need just social interaction, I say.
Absolutely. I totally understand. We now go on site. We're out of the studio. We're in the streets. We throw events, and we have people, you know, that are part of. Basically, we live stream every event that we do, which is still something that's new for some people because the old school, and I come from the old school. I'm 48 years old this year. You know, but a lot of nightclub promoters will say, well, if I stream my live event, then that people won't show up. They'll stay at home and they'll want to watch it at home. And I kind of say, well, no, because
no way. Why you want to be on a party? How come? Yeah.
People are going to want to come and party if they want to come party. And the people from around the world who may not be able to make it will be able to still take part in the party and bring the two together and make that happen. 100%. And so, you know, we're working on a few things right now where we have a spot in Arizona that a big convention event space that we're working on that holds about 8,000 people. And we're coming in and putting live streaming as a main component to all of that. And then we can say to the artist, well, hey, we can black out an area of 250 miles around the event space. So that way, if people want to come to it, they'll buy a ticket. But anyone outside of that 250 miles, they can buy a ticket and watch it online. Because I believe there is a revenue source or a way to promote your shows and get people to say, whoa, this big show is happening. I may not be able to make it, you know, fly in and spend money, hotel and all that, but I can spend $25 or $30 on a ticket and watch this event
with
live.
Friends and have a small party.
And have a small party at my house.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I just had the thought. It's a good idea, man. And
then, you know, you look at it, how far that could really go, and you could have different levels of experience where, you know, a general admission ticket might be $30, but you might have a VIP or a kind of artist experience ticket where that artist could be chatting with them in the chat room and kind of like, oh, hey, you're in the chat room with us. And there only is a limited number of tickets or something like that to give that distance user that experience, especially if they're a fan, if they're a super fan and they love following and doing everything this artist does. You know, you'll have those super fans tuning in and buying tickets for every show just to be like, I'm here with Ray. I'm talking with Ray. Ray's talking to me. And that's going around the world. And Ray just gave me a shout out. Yeah. Like, you know, or something really cool like that. So just about using digital technology in a new way to reach more audiences, to have a different level of interaction. If you're not live streaming, that probably means you're not into virtual reality in any sense. Or have you played around with Oculus or anything in virtual reality yet?
What's Oculus?
Oculus?
What's Oculus?
Oculus is a virtual reality device made by Meta. And basically you put the goggles on and you go into a virtual world.
I heard about that. Yeah.
And they're doing virtual concerts, and we're actually building a virtual nightclub. We could actually have people go into our nightclub and they could be watching this interview right now if we were to stream it live. Okay. So there could be like an audience in a nightclub environment, or we could have somebody doing a set and those people could show up virtually in the nightclub.
So then you're in the club. You're in the club walking around. You've done it. You've been on a party in a club and the DJ was there, and there was so many other people there, just like online from their home, but they're also in the club.
And you're with them. Yeah, and you're in like a 3D environment. Like you're literally walking around in a building, and there's a stage.
And you can tap someone on the shoulder, or say, "Hey, man, what's up?"
You wouldn't necessarily tap them on the. You could walk up to them in your avatar and say, "Hey, how's it going today?" and have a conversation and engage. You could dance. I mean, it's gonna be the next big thing coming out.
I think so too. I heard about
You know,
also this virtual NFTs, virtual reality and stuff. Like everything is it's
was
going crazy.
yeah, it was gonna bring me into my next question. You just mentioned NFTs, the next level of kind of taking music ownership back. And one of the things we're looking at inside of our nightclub is to have an NFT art gallery. So people, while they're walking through, they can see these images and then they could buy those images that are NFT pieces of artwork within our gallery and curate an art gallery in a virtual space. One of our spaces we're looking at could hold up to 5,000 people if we wanted to build it out. And you could have 5,000 people watching a concert online in virtual reality and interacting, going to different rooms and having different experiences all in a virtual environment. It's going to be some pretty awesome stuff.
Let's see what we're gonna still be expecting from everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be surprised.
Now, obviously events and things aren't happening over there in Germany right now. Question, if you could host an event of your own without any limitations, what 5 things would you have at that event?
Without a pandemic.
Without lift pandemic, you can have whatever you want at the show.
But is that going to be like artist wise, or is it going to be?
It's your show.
First of all, on an island, only one stage. Only one stage. Of course, you have to have some places to stay. It's going to be like so for some days like a festival, but only for one stage. No VIP. No, everything is just one stage, and the stage is on the island everywhere where you are, and it's not a stage. I mean the dance floor, and you have from one direction you have the sound coming, or the DJ standing, and you have and also from everywhere where you're standing on, I'm just imagining now, everywhere and you're standing on the island, you have like a surround system going all around. But is it just like in a fantasy way, or is it oh yeah, okay, so I can just go crazy, so the good thing is the sound will be heard everywhere on the island. You in the floor will be special made out of, not of stone. It will be kind of a wood character. So every bass line you'll be feeling also from your feet. It's going to be some new technology. People, like, we can interact also with oscillars. Oscillars we're going to have everywhere it's going to be directly a virtual thing going on in the same time.
Wow.
and yeah, a lot of good DJs with DJ friends, and we stay there for a couple of days, and should be tropical, not too hot, not too cold, like Colombia, like Medellin, like a springtime atmosphere all the time. Yes, and having a good time and making good memories, which last for your whole life.
That sounds like an awesome party, one that I would want to attend, and probably never want to leave.
Yes, yeah, because we will stay as long as we can.
Now, do you do a lot of traveling to different places when available to go on tour? Is there anything that you are working on to, when things lift, to go out and about back into the world, or what's Ray's plans once you can start partying again?
Right now, my plan is on my guitar, because while playing guitar and practicing guitar, you're practicing harmonization in your ear. You're practicing which chords fit to which sounds which fit to which. And I can produce, but I'm more practicing to produce more melodically or more different, just to be more satisfied and play some solos or play some, just to be more, more satisfied with the music. It's as I feel like as older I get, as more picky I get, or as more I get with my own music, and more, how do you say, not picky, I'm more, it has to be more sophisticated somehow. It has to be more, I have to like it more. It's not like intuitive. It's like something intuitive. It can work out good, but then you don't know which key you are. You don't know, everything's a little bit messy, but it sounds good. It's a good drive. And, you know, and it's, if you listen to all the productions of mine, you can maybe also hear that in the evolution of the production way, you know, but, yes, it's the production. I had to get back right now. The production where I see myself after the pandemic, or what the plans are. The thing is, I have a son, yes, and he's 6 years old, and he needs me here more than ever, you know. And so I have to be very honest. Everything after my son, or with even guitar playing, nothing is more important than my son. And I will be still touring. I will still be trying to get play again in the same gigs, the same promoters. A lot of promoters have changed. You have to be also true. Lots of changing. Not the same promoter. A lot of people at clubs are changing. Everything is because you cannot continue. People are also doing other stuff, you know. It's not like you cannot, if you're not having any DJ shows, you cannot just stand there and wait. So you have to be adaptive and creative to do something else, you know. So in that business, also a lot of it has changed, but I see myself personally still more attached to Mannheim, to my hometown, not traveling so much as I used to do, as I used to travel, because it's yeah. Oh, hold on, I am, and not so much traveling because it's important to be here for my son. But I will definitely start traveling again and seeing the world as I know it already. I've been playing I think I've been all on continents, almost every major capital, and let's see how much I'll get back. I'll be still playing. I'll be playing till I die, you know, till the end. I'll be playing for sure. I won't. It's something you cannot stop doing, you know. I have there's so much there's some residencies I have, like in Stuttgart, the Climax. I love them. I'm gonna be playing for them again. I'm playing in Nuremberg for Rakete, or for Mitte in Nürnberg. These are my boys. And also Heilbronn here, this nicht Kowalski, sorry. Charles, sorry.
Okay.
Hold on. That in Heilbronn, anyway, in Heilbronn, a club which I also played, and but I need to know what's the name of the guy. Bukowski, sorry, Buko, sorry guys, Bukowski. I have my residency, which I'm never going to give up, you know, and I have also here in Mannheim, I have some stuff going on. So for me, it's more the residencies lately than traveling all around the world, because yes, I have other Verantwortung, stuff which is like my son. It's a lot of, it's another, what heißt Verantwortung? Responsibilities. I have other responsibilities which, like, for me, nature just made it that this is my responsibility. I don't care if I don't have a gig, if I don't have money. My responsibility is I need to take care of my son. Very easy. And I have shown him a good way of life, and show him what I know, and be patient with him, which I'm not so often lately, but kids, you know. Kids. But that's my life. I even have a garden. I have a 400 square meter garden, which I plant my own food and everything. Nice. So and that's also part of being in nature with my son. I grew up in Nigeria, you know. It's important that's the most important. So for me, nothing else is important, but it's gonna come, you know. My huge wave I'm seeing that I had my huge wave already, but let's see some small waves at the side. You can catch some small waves as well, you know, and then keep on surfing.
Well, we as the DJ Sessions are planning to go to Europe this year. We're planning to attending the Sonar Festival in Spain, and also attending
Is it going to happen this year?
Haiti. They're scheduled.
Okay. Hold on, I have to just tell the other guy because I have an interview after this as well.
Okay.
And we start a little bit later. I'm just gonna tell him that I'm gonna write him. Oh, cool.
See, you're blowing up already. You're getting ready. You're getting ready to get out there. You know,
yeah, but it's happening. How should I say? You know, I'm not trying to force it because you know, if you're trying to force something, it's always. I take it as it comes. I'm talking to my guys in Mexico. I'm talking to my guys in Colombia. I'm always constantly talking to I can also go to Mexico now to play and but right now I'm like, hey, take it easy. Everything is cool. Because if you go to play now, it's like pandemic, not too many people, lower fees, and the vibe is anyway. So it's hustled through the airports everywhere. I think it's for me. I'm cool right now. I'm gonna wait till everything is almost done, and then take it from there to travel again, or just enough to be happy and to be having my son. Hold on.
Understandable.
Hey, Marco, ich habe hier gerade noch ein anderes Interview, ja. Ich melde mich in 2 Minuten. Entschuldigung, dass es ein bisschen dauert, aber ich bin in 15 Minuten, denke ich mal, fertig, okay? Alles klar, ich melde mich gleich. Tschüss, danke.
I don't speak a word of German, so I know what you said there. Basically, I'll talk to you in about 15 minutes.
Yes, and it's from a newspaper. It's called the Rheinpfalz, you know, and but it's okay. Everything's cool.
Yeah, no, we'll let you go. Is there anything else you want to let our DJ Sessions fans know about before we get going to your next interview?
We have enough time. We have enough time. Don't worry. Chill, tranquilo mäßig. I would say I'm gonna have a remix coming up on Reject Music, and my guy Ian from England, that's his label, and I'm gonna have an EP with Nicke, my guys from Sweden and Stockholm, and I think they're in Stockholm, and Nick Perry. And I'm having an EP on my new booking agency's label on Suena Hermosa. Hold on. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. I'm not getting prepared or anything. Like I said, Suena Hermosa on the booking agency there from Mariana Osho, and there's a EP coming out from me and Nicke, and with Alexis Cabrera remix. It's gonna bomb. It's gonna be coming on vinyl. It's gonna be nice. Cool. And what else? Yes, there's a cool EP coming out with some live instruments from me on 12+1, London 12+1, and it's from my friend Uzi. I always say Uzi, but his name is UZZV, I think. But I say Uzi. I think he used to be Unai or something. I'm not really sure. I forgot. So I forget a lot of stuff.
Well, it sounds like
what else? Yes, I'm having I got some help from the Gemma. It's you know the Gemma. It's like I think it's like ASCAP, or what's it called, the American, where you get your American your mechanics from songs which are being played on radio.
ASCAP.
And they're now supporting me to get some new instruments, and
nice.
and working on my studio, and working full time, or as much time as I can offer for my productions, for making new music, starting new online promotions, also advertisement for myself, and this is what's happening. I'm always doing something. It's always that I'm doing something, you know. Sometimes if I look back, I think, if I'm in the moment, I'm feeling like I'm not doing enough. It's not enough. I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. And I look back, man, you're producing all the time. You're working all the time. You're practicing guitar all the time. You're connecting. You're communicating all the time with your friends, or with your people. Sometimes you have my off time, of course, you know, chill out. But actually, I'm always doing something.
It definitely sounds like you have a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of stuff going on. Ray, we're going to look forward to following up with you here in the next few months, just to see what else is going on.
Please do a recall.
Definitely. Thank you so much for coming on the DJ Sessions, and we'll definitely be reaching out to you here shortly to touch base with you. But congratulations to everything and your successes, and moving forward with everything you have going on. You're gonna have a great year.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was
Awesome.
also a pleasure talking with you. You seem like a nice guy from Seattle.
Oh, thank you. Where can people find out more information about you and what you got going on if they want to follow all these awesome happenings that you have going on?
If I post something, you can find it on Instagram. Instagram Ray Okpara, also RAYOKPARA, Ray Okpara. I think you're gonna have a link somewhere with you guys, and you find me on Facebook as well. And you find me everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you find you see some stuff with me. But I think Instagram is the most likely thing I use to promote new stuff which I'm doing. But yes, I need to promote some more and stay regular on a promotion wise level, but
that could be a full-time job in itself.
Yeah, that's why I'm more less than more, but if there's something coming.
Yeah, awesome. Ray, thank you so much for coming on the DJ Sessions. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me as well.
You're welcome. And don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Find us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, hashtag us, the DJ Sessions. This is Ray, and I'm Darren, coming to you for the virtual sessions by the DJ Sessions. And you know what happens on the DJ Sessions? The music never stops.